For this design, we'll need our little tip to practice on, and then we've got a straight angled brush, just lovely and straight, size 4. We'll be using a fine liner and also a dotting tool. Here I've also got the paints prepared that we'll need. I've got the colours which you can see, a bit of yellow, green, a kind of pinky colour, magenta kind of a colour, a blue, white and black. And of course we've got everything resting on a bit of damp kitchen roll with the baking paper on top. And here we've got a bit of dry kitchen roll and some water to clean the brushes. That's all you'll need for this design. Right, let's start this design. First of all, I'm just going to dampen the brush a little bit. Just dab it off, as you've already learned previously. And then we're going to go for the first flower, for the petals, we're going to use a little bit of this blue colour and a little bit of black. Let me just put this down, it's a bit easier for me. That's it, and we'll just blend those together. Blue with a bit of black. Black's the colour which will go on the inside of the petals. Just reload the brush, of course. Already I can feel it going a lot smoother. That's just what we want. And then for the last time. Okay, brush is fully loaded. We're going to make the first 2 petals for this design. So I'll start off a little bit lower down. And here we go, we just start off in the middle. And we just gently press the brush down, making sure to keep the middle of the brush in the middle so it hardly moves. Mainly I'm just moving the outer part of the leaves. So we'll just do that in the other direction. Here we can leave a small gap in the middle. As you can see, I'm about to do that now, a little tiny gap. And then we just gently press down. And that's it. I'm just going to reload the brush again. Just going to go over this again, just so we've got a nice depth of colour. And then we just do it in the other direction. Right, that's it. Those can just stay here and dry a little bit. And what we want now is for the next 2 petals, one on each side, we want it to be slightly lighter than the petals which are in the background. So what we can do is we can just add a dot of white to the blue. Actually, let's just, first of all, I'll just damp my brush ever so slightly, just so it's easier to paint with. That's it. So I'm going to add just a dot of white and a little bit of black again, and we could just go straight over the original blue which we had, because what we're trying to do now is to just make it a little bit lighter. Just go straight into the white again on the corner here, back into the black, and we just blend it. As you can see, the colour is starting to change slightly now. That's just what we want. So what we can do now is we can start to make the other two petals. Just move this out of the way a little bit. So these petals, you see, just press down. You've got your black on the inside, the lighter colour on the outside, and that's it. That's the one side done. Just load the brush again, and then we'll do it here. That's it. Should just give that a little bit of time to dry before actually going over with the for the second time with the paints. And I've just a dot of white again, a small amount, a little bit of black. Yeah, that's it. Just go over it again. And just a gentle press and a really small wiggle of the brush. As you can see, I am lifting my brush for each stroke I make. But if you want to keep contact with your tip or with the nail while doing this stroke, that's also fine. It doesn't really matter. Both techniques are absolutely fine. Now we're going to move on to the next petal. So what we'll do is we're going to make, I'm just going to dampen the brush again, a slight dip of it in the water. Just go back into the white again, to the white, into the black, because we want to make it even lighter. And we just go straight over the previous paints which we've already got on our palette. Just do it once more, into the white and into our black. Do it once more, to the white, into the black. That's it. So we're now ready to do another two petals. These ones we will use to finish off, make and finish off this flower. So just go over the previous one. Again, another small wiggle all the way around. Just keep on going all the way around to close off this little pansy. And that's it. Just do it in the other direction. A nice gentle wriggle and a bit of a light touch. So make our way around. That's it. Into the white, into the black again. Don't think I got any white that time. Let's see. No, I do. Just a little bit. Go straight over this again. And we do it in the other direction. That's it. That's it. Let me just check here. So that's nice. We're going to do another little flower at the top here. I think that would be nice. I'll be using the same brush actually, so I'm just going to clean my brush off at the moment. Just give it a good wipe and a good swim in the water. Yeah, no. This time we use a different colour. We'll use the pinky colour. So I've got a bit of pink and a bit of black for the middle of the flower and blend that. Oops, there we go. All right, so I think it's nice to just do a flower here at the top. So we're just going to make it exactly like we did the first one. Just wiggle our way around. Put the petals in the background. That's it. I think I need a little bit more black. So, let's do it on this side as well. Do the same. I said I needed more black just, and I used a bit too much, but that doesn't matter because it will be solved in the design as we go along, as you see. Just going to reload the brush, getting ready for the second layer. And that just gives a beautiful colour. So that's it. And just like before, just dampen our brush ever so slightly again. So, and make the colour a little bit lighter. So now we're going into the white, straight back into the black. That's it, and we blend. Right, that's ready for the next set of petals. Here we go, just press down nicely. Yep. And we'll do the same, of course, as you know, in the other direction. Yep, Dampen the brush again slightly and just go back into the white again and into the black. Need a bit more black, that's it. Press and wiggle, press and wiggle. So there you have that. Dampen the brush again. And we go back into the white to make it even lighter. That's it, I think that looks good, that's nice. I'll actually just a little bit more, make it a little bit lighter still. Yeah, that looks good. So ready for the last two petals. That's it. And then in the other direction, of course. And let's just check. Yes, the brush is turned around the correct way. So let's do this side. Make it here slightly longer. Make the petals slightly bigger, I think. Yeah, that's great. And then obviously we're going to go over it one more time, just for the depth of colour that we want. So let's just see. That's that for now. What we're going to do is to draw two little stems. First of all, obviously I've got to clean my brush first, because we're just going to be doing this design with this one particular brush, so I'll just clean it first. Here I've slipped slightly, so I'm going to see if I can just remove that with, my brush needs to be clean with a little bit of water. You can see I went over the edge there, and that's always the easy thing about paint. acrylic paint, you can just remove your mistakes with a little dot of water, usually. Or a small scratch of the finger. And that's it. Let's see. Got the fine liner. I'm going to make the stem with a bit of the dark pink colour. That's it. And the stem of the other one, we'll just make it with a bit of blue. So basically I've just used the same colour as the background petals for these. Let's just see. Yep. That's it. What we'll do now is add 2 leaves at the bottom. So we're using the same straight brush. I'm going to put the white on the inside of the petal and green on the outside. Yep. So we'll just blend away. Okay, right, we'll just put 2 at the bottom here. So all we do is just press gently upwards to create a little leaf, bit of a wiggle, wiggle. So that's one petal, one leaf, sorry. And I'll do one on the other side. That's it, we've got 2 very simple leaves there. Now let's do the inside of the little flowers. So we'll do that with a bit of black. Here we can just add a tiny dot of water to the black paint, just so that we can actually make the lines, and it just makes the paint a little bit more fluid, a little bit easier to paint with. Let's see. That should be okay. It's nice and creamy. So we'll just do a few lines on the inside of the flowers. I won't do any on the background petals, but I will do on the second petals that we made. Just in the middle there. There's a few lines coming. Let's do some more. Just to pull this towards me because I'm having a little bit of difficulty seeing what I'm doing. So that's it, let's push it back. Right. So here we just do a few thin black lines. Just try to do this with a real gentle touch. Same here. Let's have a quick peep. Yeah, I think just this one behind could do with a couple of little lines maybe. Yeah, and I just want to go over this line a little bit more. Just bring it down, that's it. Right. We're now going to add some extra accents to the inside of the flowers. Just clean my brush slightly. What we can do is we can have a bit of yellow to the middle. So let's just get a bit of yellow on the fine liner. That should be okay. So yeah. And we're just going to add a little, a half a semicircle, should we say, here in the middle. That's it, should be all right. This one also needs one, of course. Just go over that again with a little bit more paint. Another extra layer. And that's it. And if we just use a bit of white as well. I've still got yellow on my brush and that really is absolutely fine. That doesn't matter at all. I'll just add two little lines. So one on each side. We'll do the same here as well. Right, this is now dry. So what we can do is we can put some top gel on. It's just a flexible gel that you need. Let's see. That's it. The design is fully coated, fully covered. So I'm going to put that into the lamp now to harden out. And there you have it. This design is completed. Absolutely beautiful to decorate somebody's nails with. Have fun with it and do it in all different kinds of colours, whatever takes your fancy.